joining me today. Oh, what we got here? Ooh, this is the new generator for the coffee van. I wanted the Honda EU70IS like we've got in the other van. Cannot get one for love nor money. Nightmare. It's been such a good generator. It's been 2 years running every day, not missed a beat. It's been brilliant. But like I say, can't get one. September at the earliest, 3 or 4 months down the line, it's a nightmare. But anyway, we've had to go for something else. I've looked at everything, I've looked at all the information. Ooh, it's a nightmare. But what I've come up with is this. This is from Generators Direct. It's something I've never heard of. It might be a right load of rubbish, I really don't know, but we're going to give it a full test, a full trial. It looks good. Is it? I don't know. Let's whip it out the packet and see what we've got. 1,600 quid this was, which is cheap compared to the nearly £4,000 that the Honda's going to be. What I'm hoping for, depending on how good this is, I'll run it, I'll try it. If it's okay, brilliant, great news. If it's not, I just need it to get me through till September till I can buy the Honda. But it might be amazing and it might just do the job. So let's see how we get on. Let's get in the packet. This has come super quick. Next day delivery. Senci. It's a Senci 7,500 watt, 7,000 continuous power. All the numbers make sense, you know, it's got the right digits. Will it do what it says it can though? That's the question. I've got the video on the Honda, the unboxing, the putting it together. If you're interested and you want to watch that one as well, I'll put a link in the description for that. This has got 4 wheels rather than the 2 wheels. It's got the pull carry handle, nice handle on the front. Frame feels quite solid. It's got an exhaust coming out the side. Wow, slightly different there. Yeah, okay. Let's get it off the pallet if we can. Has it got the brake on? How many brakes has it got? Wheel lock. On off. It's only the one, so it should come off now with a bit of luck. Oh, the wheel don't want to turn. Is it on some kind of chop somewhere? I don't know. Well, that feels like that one's definitely. Oh, it's on blocks underneath. Right, we're gonna have to lift it off, aren't we? Okay. And it's off. We've got a touchdown. Right, okay. We've got some more gubbins here, got a little box of tricks. Let's see what we're getting here as well. Oh, we get a few plugs. We get a cigarette lighter, we've got the plug there for the Euro socket, and we've got the 32 amp socket there as well. Looks like we get some kind of spark plug tool. Okay, moving on to the interesting bits. Let's see what's inside. So it's saying on here to remove these 2 screws, loosen them. And the maintenance cover should come away. Okay. Foam backed plastic. the battery, we've got to connect the terminal up there. Nice aluminium inverter unit there. Very similar looking to the Honda engine. There's a few similarities there. I am wondering if it's a Chinese rip-off of the Honda engine. If it is, I'm well pleased, because they're pretty good. Got a fuel tap there, so this is basically their nice little fuel tap running off that. Air filter assembly there. So it's just like a single assembly though. Right, 10mm bolt for the battery. Let's get that connected up. Spark plug nice and accessible on the top. Looks like the oil and everything is on the other side. So we'll go around there in a second. Nice earth wire there. Okay, right, let's get a 10mm spanner and connect up the battery. So you can see we've got like the carburetor with what looks like an electronic stepper motor on the top. It doesn't look fuel injected. It definitely looks like a carb. Nice big fuel tank, 26 litres. That's a good thing. There's the fuel tap from the back. Cover down there like that. That's in. That looks like it's it for this side. I'll just keep them two bolts safe there. Let's spin it round. Okay, so what we've got here is a remote control. I don't know. Yeah, a remote start thing, I think it is. Let's have a look. Stop! Your machine has been shipped without any oil. Do not start the engine with it. Yeah, let's get some oil in that. Definitely. This is start stop on a remote as well if we want that. I don't know if I'll ever use that, to be fair. Let's whip this cover off here as well, I think. Oh, is it that cover down there? For engine inspection, unscrew 1, 2, so it's 1, 2, 3, 4 of those. Let's have those out of the way. Oh, okay. Oh, so we've got a little one to check down the bottom if you wanted to. Another foam backed cover, and then so we'll get that one out of there. And then this whole face is going to come off as well, I think, like the other side. But we have got the pull cord there. Not as long as we get. There we go. Oh, blimey. Got a cooling ventilation thing, got a starter motor there, a little solenoid, a few wires hanging here and there. This is very, very similar to the Honda setup, but obviously just a lot cheaper. A lot cheaper. The exhaust silencer there, yeah, looking very Chinese-y, I have to say. We seem to have a lot of space, a bit of ventilation. Okay. And the induction side of this cooling, the Honda has it's all kind of like in with filtration. This is just drawing straight in and blowing out, so hopefully that's not going to get too blocked up. Here's his oil dipstick, so we can have that out of the way and we can put some oil in there because it's bone dry at the minute. And what's the so the oil drain is, it's got, yeah, down the bottom there, which would run onto that, and then there's a plug at the bottom to remove. Now the Honda engine takes 1 litre exactly of oil, so let's see if this holds 1 litre. Okay, so I've got my little filter. I did get one with it, but it's got a really long tube on it, and I really like this one for filling. Let's get that there. I've got the Magnatech Mega Oil, no cheap stuff, so this is decent oil going in. Right, let's start to fill it up, see what it holds. It's got a 450cc engine in it. It's just coming up to level. I think it's going to be the same as the, it's going to hold a litre. It looks like it's going to be a litre of oil. So we've got power, we're connected, we've got oil, we just need to put some petrol in there. And what I will do is the sunk bung down here, I'll just put my socket on it and just make sure it's not loose. No, it's up tight, that's good. Okay, I think this cover can go back on. Let's get some fuel in the old girl. Right, here we go. Got the jerry can. Oh, not too much spillage as well. Got about 1/4 tank on the gauge. The cap's quite nice. Nice little spring kind of closure to it. Feels very Honda-y, that. Okay. Oh, moment of truth. What's going on? I'm going to do it with it on so that it's at its quietest rather than having a... We can always take this off in a minute. Let's see how we go. We're ready to fire it up. Oh, okay, now then, on here, the controllers, we've got circuit breaker, we want that on. Like that. Main breaker, we'll have that on as well. Okay. Low idle, we'll have that on, because we want it to be running low and kicking in as we load the journey up. Main switch, we've got fuel, we want that to the... What have we got? We've got 2 positions on there. I'm not sure why. Is that going to be? That's possibly reserve. On and reserve, maybe. Let's go for on fully. We'll have a look at that. I'll check that out in a minute. Power on, and hopefully press that. It should start. Oh, that's not too bad. Oh, they're dragonflies, aren't they? Where do they come from? They come out the Jenny. They're having a bit of a good time. Got beautiful colours on them. So it can't be that loud, is it? It's scared them off. There's a good test. The dragonflies have passed the test. So we click that on to fast idle. Low idle. 12 volt DC cigarette lighter socket. A little 9 amp fuse there. We've got a USB plug at the front. Got a 240 volt socket, that's a European one, and then there's 32 amp that we're going to be using. The generator's revving away well, keeping this machine powered up. It keeps dropping down, so the machine's dropped out, the revs come down, so it's a bit quieter. It's working though, so yeah, not too bad. For the price of it, it's doing the job. Let's get a coffee, let's crank a coffee up. Here we go. That's a pass. Oh. First customer. Let's get serving.
Take care, see you later.
We're here. The new van's made it. We've got the Senci generator. Let's get it out. Get it working. I'll get it working. What do you reckon? She's beautiful, ain't she? Says in full swing. So pleased, we've had a cracking weekend, done the Jubilee weekend. It's had 3 gigs, it's worked its butt off, it really has. And the new machine's working absolutely brilliantly. It's not missed a beat. Makes that little Jenny work a bit hard. The Gaggia's got a bit more poke to it, it's got a bit more punch. It's running at 3 kilowatts at the minute, which is quite a lot to, you know, keep going to sustain that. But it's okay, the generator's got plenty of power, it's coping with it. Right, let's do a direct comparison of the two. We've got the Senci and we've got the Honda. You can see straight away that the Honda cab is just slightly smaller. They are the same width, but the Honda just looks a bit smaller because the wheels are set out, whereas this is flush. So the cab on that is thinner, but the actual overall width is the same because the wheels do stick out on the Honda. Let's get them cranked up. We've got power here to feed the van. So we'll start them and we'll plug them in. You can compare the noises, the engine levels, and just see what the tones are like. Interesting one. Okay, the Honda. Now you do need to press and hold this button for 3 seconds, which I forgot because the Honda, you literally just press it. But yeah, you keep your finger on it away you go. I do forget. You can see how the idle fluctuates slightly on this one, but it's not fuel injected, whereas the Honda is just solid as rock. It's definitely quieter, isn't it? And the idle is solid. There's no, it is straight up. Okay, let's go with the plugging in and get some power. So it's a bit noisier, it's revving a bit higher. But the idle is now more solid when it's under load. In fact, I'd go to say now, this is probably half as quiet than what the Senci is when it's running under load. But it's definitely noisier, working a bit harder, which did make sense on its fuel testing that we did. The Honda runs at about 1 litre an hour, 1 litre of petrol per hour. The Senci was about 1.2. It was using slightly more fuel. It's got a bigger tank on it, 26 litre tank. This one will hold about just 20 litres. But they both lasted about the same amount of time running. So fuel-wise, the Honda is quite a bit more efficient. The build quality, I wouldn't expect it to be the same because obviously that is 1/3 of the price. But the handles on this are really, the Senci, this does in a way let it down a little bit. kind of really chintzy. The handle assembly is bolted on with these 4 bolts through this tube here. So whenever you pick it up, it's always trying to twist onto this tube. It does lower down. It works. It does the job. We've been pulling it in and out of the van, no issues. But it just is a little bit. The mechanisms, you know, the castings on the Honda are beautiful. This is just a lot more cheap. But that is exactly what it is. It's cheaper. It's cheaper. So you know. You can see we've got the exhaust port at the back there on the Honda coming out. It's got the catalytic converter really nicely tucked away inside here. The Senci is using it's quite rough, a rough exhaust system. It's kind of really badly welded. It's not very tidy. I'll show you a close up in a minute. You can see what I'm saying about this. It's all a bit nasty. Very cheaply put together. Mickey Mouse has been there welding the exhaust together, but it does a job. It's cheap and cheerful. It works. The heat shields are really kind of foily, whereas this is just delightful. It really is delightful how it's all pressed and made to fit. The 4 wheels is quite nice, so I do like that for moving it about, sliding it on the flat surfaces. It does make that a lot easier to roll it about. The fuel gauge, that's another thing. The fuel gauge on the Senci is really all over the gaff. It sort of moves about a lot. It wasn't that accurate. What can I say? You know that one's going to be okay. Removing the side casings on the Senci, you've got to undo all the bolts. With the Honda, we just pop the screwdriver in, flick it. It's a nicely hinged arrangement, and you can see there, this is the side. This one is all plastic covered, a lot more to stop the dust and dirt getting into the gubbins of the machine. You can see though, the actual look of the engine and stuff is very similar. Oil dipstick and the casting around the back there, the inverter housing. This one is a nice massive chunk of aluminium. On that one, it's back to front, isn't it? It's got the pull cord on the back there, and the actual inverter housing is behind here. So it is more of a back to front arrangement. So there are some differences there. Spin it round the other way as well, so you can have a look in there. Oh, if I put that cord. There we go. And there you can see air filter. The fuel injection unit there. Spark plug is behind the cap. This is where the two kind of look the most similar. You can see the injection unit and everything on the Honda, and then you come over to this one. See, they're very similar. Overhead valve casing, spark plug there, spark plug, overhead valve casing. The air filter on this one is just like a big pancake filter in the side here, whereas this has got that lovely arrangement there. It's got a multi-stage filtration on it. But like I said, where needs must, couldn't get a Honda. Just, yeah, there weren't any about. Back order, months. So this is what we did. And to be fair, it's worked and it's working, it's still doing its business. So I shall keep going with it, and I'll keep in touch with you if I get any issues with it. If I have any problems, I'll let you know. If it does a good job and continues to run well, then yeah, I shall let you know that as well. I hope this video's been of use to you. If you're looking for a generator and you can't get a Honda, or you wanted something a little bit cheap, you didn't want to spend as much money, then I've tried to sort of enlighten you on what we've found with this one. For me, I'm still loving that unit. 5,600 hours and it's still going strong without missing a beat. It's been amazing. So for the money, it's the reliability, it's the fuel economy. It's an absolute gem. This is using more fuel, so it's in the long run, over that amount of hours, it's going to be costing you, especially with the price of petrol as it is now. Yeah, like I say, if the video's been of use, drop me a little thumbs up. Always love your comments. Drop me some comments, like and subscribe. I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.